Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression on these two products here. So this is Isadora Cover Up Foundation and Concealer in the shade 62 Nude Cover, and this is Isadora Matte Fixing Powder in Translucent. So I'm really excited to try them. I haven't heard much about this product, but I've heard so much about this. I've seen it on TV everywhere, and I've seen everybody using it, so I can't wait to try it myself. These were very generously sent out to me for consideration, but this video is not sponsored or anything. They don't even know I'm doing it. So yeah, just wanted to put that little disclaimer in. So I'm just gonna put this out onto here. So I don't have any primer on. I literally just have a moisturizer on. Just because I want to see what ooh, sorry, I just took it off. It's a pump. I was not expecting it to be a pump, but I'm so happy it is. I love when foundations have a pump. I'm really interested in this because it's obviously a foundation and concealer, so I'm expecting it to be very full coverage. It says that it's fragrance free, clinically tested. It says on the back of it, full coverage with flawless, I can't even talk today. Full coverage with a flawless finish, use all over the face or to conceal spots for all skin types. So my skin type, I would say, is quite normal. Sometimes I get oily down my T-zone, but the outer part of my face is quite dry. So a foundation that's supposed to do all skin types might be ideal for somebody like me. So I'm going to use my Nima brush to apply it. It's perfectly clean, and I'm going to use my Spectrum powder brush to apply the powder. So I've just put two little pumps out onto this thing that I got in Pennies. It's just like a little foundation kind of tray thing. Okay, here we go. I'd say it's probably going to be too dark for me, but we'll see how we get on. Okay. Doesn't smell of anything. Oh, it's definitely too dark for me, but I'm just gonna get my proper mirror because it looks really good in the viewfinder, which is all I'm using, which is why I'm looking into the lens. But let's see how it looks in real life. Oh my god, can you see how dark it is on me though? And this is the nude cover. I'd say there's probably an ivory shade. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit just so you can see, but oh my god, I'm so impressed, so impressed. So I'm really impressed with it on first impression. On camera, it's coming up not as full coverage as it is in real life. Like in real life, I can't see any of this redness or anything. So I'm gonna do a second layer just to build it up a bit and to see how we get on. But I am currently obsessed, but it doesn't look great on the viewfinder, but in real life, unreal. So it took me about two pumps to do my full face. I'm gonna go in with just one more pump. Like, it's obviously way too dark on me, but you can see the difference now from that side to this side. So like in real life, this is so full coverage I can't even explain to you. Like, my skin at the moment is so bad and you would genuinely never tell. I am insanely like impressed. I don't think I've ever been this impressed at foundation on first impression, except for the 17 Stay Time, which is like my holy grail. Obviously it is really dark on me, and for some reason I find it so difficult to judge foundations when they're darker than me because I feel like they conceal more anyways. But this is unreal, like unreal. What I'm gonna do now is try on the powder. Not try on the powder, but apply the powder because my battery is about to go dead. I'm just gonna do a couple of different swirls, and I'm just gonna pop it everywhere and see how we get on. Oh, maybe I should just do it on one side of my face. Yes, I'll do it on one side of my face so we can see how the foundation holds up, and we'll see how good the powder is. That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll just do it this side. And I'm going to apply, it doesn't seem like there's a lot coming off of it, so I'm gonna try and put on as much as possible. Like, I don't feel like I have anything on my face, as in from the powder. Obviously I can feel the foundation in my face, but I feel like I'm really digging into this to try and get some product out. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's just see how we get on throughout the day. So what time is it now? So it's now almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I am going to just go about my day and obviously do the rest of my makeup. And I'll come back to you just before I take it off, and I'll give like a little check-in and see how we get on throughout the day. Hi everyone, so it's about 9 hours later now. Well, I'm about 5 minutes shy of 9 hours, but as you can see, it's looking pretty well on the camera. I'm gonna have a proper look with my big camera here now, mirror, and let you know what I think. Okay, so obviously it's still way darker, but it didn't oxidize, which I'm happy about. So basically, like, it didn't get any it didn't continue to get darker. It has started to break down around my nose a little bit, but nothing major. And a tiny bit around here where I was like obviously eating, like just around my mouth, which is very, very normal. It surprisingly though didn't break down around like here and here, and considering I've been sat at my desk for the majority of the day like this, I'm really, really surprised by that. It hasn't broken down one bit on my forehead, on this area of my cheek. Now what I will say is this side, this was a side that I didn't powder, and this side has remained not sticky, but it didn't dry matte or anything like that. It's just stayed like as if I've just applied it, whereas this side is obviously completely matte because I put on the matte powder. But that is one thing to note, that it didn't like dry, if that makes sense. I'm still really, really impressed. Like the coverage is still there. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit so you can see for yourself. So like obviously you can tell I'm very, very oily around here, but like you can definitely see the difference where the powder was. Like I'm much oilier this side than I am this side. You can see where it's like broken down a little bit. Now at the same time I have like been like touching my nose and stuff like that, so it could just be like kind of rubbing off because of that. On the top of my nose, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of breaking down a bit as well, and just around my mouth area it's kind of like breaking away a little bit, which is completely normal. The coverage is still there though, like you can't really see how bad my skin is. Like I'm really, really impressed. Like on my forehead there's been virtually no breakdown whatsoever. And usually I get very oily around here, but because I had the powder on I didn't, which is great. And like I know I am oily on the side where I did put on powder, but I'm not half as oily as I usually am, which is amazing. So what I'm going to do is, because this video I'm filming it so far in advance, it's not going to go up my channel for about 2 weeks. What I'm going to do is tomorrow I'll do the same thing, but I'll use my lightning drops so I can get the shade perfect, and I'll just do my whole face with the powder. I'm in college tomorrow from like 9 to 6, and then I probably won't take it off until about 8 o'clock, so there'll be a very good like long time that I won't, or that I will be wearing it. So we'll do another test tomorrow, but so far I'm obsessed with this. Like I really, really, really love it on first impression, but we'll see how we get on tomorrow. Hi everyone, so it's a couple of days later now, and I've actually worn this foundation about 4 or 5 times. It's probably actually my 4th day wearing it, and today I have it with the Body Shop lightning drops. You can see that it's a much better shade to my skin tone now. I really, really like it. Like on first impressions, not even first impressions, because I've been wearing it for the last 4 days now, and I really, really love it. Like, dare I say, new holy grail foundation. Unbelievable. Like honestly, it's so, so good. So before I zoom you in and give you a good look, I'm going to read out some of the things from the press release that I got. So basically for the foundation and concealer, like it's a mix between them. So it's available in 5 different shades. Each like tube is 35 mils. The recommended retail price is $19.95, and what I assume that means is that, like, you know in Shaw's, is it Shaw's? Yeah, Shaw's do like a 10% discount for students and stuff. So I'd say on average it's around the €20 mark. It's available in select department stores and all good pharmacies nationwide. And then for the powder, it says here, I was really actually taken aback, it has hyaluronic acid in it, which I was like, oh my god, a powder has like it's like a moisturizing powder. I would actually kind of agree with that. I'll go on to my thoughts on the powder in a second, but just so you are aware, it's available in, the only shade it's currently available in is transparent, and it is retailing for $13.95, and again available in all sports departments, in all select department stores and all good pharmacies. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see what it's like. So I put this foundation on me today at about 1 o'clock, and it's now almost 9 o'clock. So it's had a good 8 hours on my face, and I haven't topped it up since I put the powder on. So as you can kind of see, like I'm a little bit oily here. Obviously this is just highlighter. I have a little bit of breakdown here. What's going on with my lipstick? I just had dinner. It's kind of a little bit settling into my like lines under my eyes. But like, can you take in that like this is after 8 hours, probably even longer at this stage, I haven't really checked the time, but like it hasn't really gone away on my jaw. on my forehead, like it's aside from maybe the smallest little bit. And you know what, I actually don't think that that is oil. I think that's just my Botanics balm under it. Here I think like the coverage has really stayed, and I'm really surprised by that, but obviously I love that. I was really surprised by how full coverage it is and how long lasting it is, which are two things I really look for in a foundation. So I'm really impressed. Obviously the fact that it's like a foundation and concealer in one is going to mean that it does give better coverage, but I'm so impressed. Like I genuinely am obsessed with it. In terms of the powder, I really like it for a couple of different reasons. One, I find I can kind of pack as much onto my face as I want and it doesn't feel heavy. It kind of melts into my skin and then like it doesn't feel like I've got loads of powder on, which is really good. Obviously the fact that it's transparent is really good, because it doesn't make my foundation lighter or darker, it's just transparent. I've only actually tried the powder with this foundation because I've been trying this for the last couple of days. I will be testing it out like with other foundations, but this one at the moment is just my fave, so that's what I've been using. So I really don't have anything negative to say about the foundation other than the shade. Obviously it's far too dark for myself and I do need to use the lightening drops every time I use it. That isn't a big deal for me because I have to use the lightening drops with almost every foundation, but it is quite dark, so I do hope that there is a lighter shade, and if not, I hope they come out with lighter shades. The powder, as I said, is translucent, so transparent. Are they the same word? So the powder shade doesn't affect me, but I think it's really good for the powder. I really don't have anything negative to say about either of them. I think they're really good products, and Isadora is a great brand anyways. So overall, I really like them. I hope you like this video. I hope you like the first impressions. They seem to do well on this channel. If you've tried any of the Isadora foundations, please do let me know in the comments, and if you've tried their powder, please do let me know as well. As I said, these two products are now released as of January. It's now February, so they should be out in stores everywhere, and if you've tried them, let me know. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.